Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Now in today's video, I will be discussing work visa, student visa and the dependent visa. And if you are going to be applying for any of these visas in the new year, that is in 2023, you definitely want to be aware about these updates. So don't forget to check this video all the way to the end. But another quick update is that I've started an Instagram account with the handle Physiotherapy in UK, where I will be able to share all of the regular information with you, which I'm unable to do so on YouTube because of the longer video formats. So don't forget to follow me on Instagram because you can connect with me on a one-to-one basis over there. But diving right into today's content, let's just see what the new updates are from the UK Home Office. So the first most important visa that I definitely want to talk about is the dependent visa being issued to students. So this is where the student is the primary applicant and the dependents tag along on this particular student visa. Now, the new Home Secretary of the UK, that is Swella Braverman, has said that she definitely wants to cut the numbers for the dependent visas being issued for the students. Now, I have already made a previous video on it, and I highly recommend that you check that out if you have not, because that was just released last week with all of the recent UK updates. But what has essentially happened is a lot of government officials within the UK feel that the dependents are not really contributing to the economic growth or to the regular growth of the country, that is of UK as a whole, because UK itself is quite limited in terms of space and it thrives on people who are doing well or who are going to be contributing to the economic growth of that country. Now, that being said, the three nationalities that were under question from the last week as well were the Indians, the Nigerians, and the people from Libya. And I highly recommend that you check out the last video because that gives you some really useful insights about what are the numbers that the UK government is looking into. But to be very honest, what has also happened is that while Swella Braverman has already said these things about cutting the number of dependent visas or the student visas in the UK, a lot of people are actually thinking about how these changes would actually affect UK. Now, the first reason why people are sort of against this is because the student visa itself is attracting a lot of talented youth from all over the globe into the UK. Also, the sort of university fees or the sort of visa immigration charges do help the UK's economy to grow and expand. Now, that was the first reason. Now, according to the second reason, Swella Braverman has said that a lot of UK dependent visas are being issued to people who are unskilled or who cannot perform highly skilled jobs. But the PM herself, that is Liz Truss, has recently said that she would want to increase the sort of immigration for unskilled migrants into the UK so that they can help the economy to grow, because obviously there needs to be a sort of balance between the unskilled and the skilled workers within any particular country for a particular economy to grow. For example, all of us can't just be doctors and engineers. We do need people who are going to help us to grow as an economy or as a country generally. So yes, as you could see, Swella Braverman, the Home Secretary, has her own views about the UK Home Office and the UK sort of immigration policies, whereas Liz Truss, the current Prime Minister of the UK, has her own opinions about how they can boost the economy. And to be very honest, there is no real consensus about this in the UK government right now. But there are going to be a lot of conversations about these topics in the next few weeks. And I highly recommend that you do not forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to stay on top of all of these key updates so that you don't miss out any sort of important information which will be released by the UK government in the next following weeks. So now, that being said, what is the UK government really thinking about the sort of dependent visas being issued? So firstly, the UK government is thinking that it wants to make the dependent visas more stricter. So they may add some new rules and regulations to the dependent visas, especially for those related to student dependent visas, so that this process becomes stricter within the UK. The second thing is Swella Braverman has considered that many colleges, especially the lower quality colleges or the colleges that are not really having very specific courses where students just use this as an opportunity to come into the UK, should be stopped to international students across the globe. Now, that being said, she hasn't really spoken about which colleges or which universities and which courses are the ones that she is trying to limit or restrict to international students. So it's all up in the air right now. And the third thought of step that the UK government is obviously thinking about is sort of limiting the number of dependents that each student will be able to get along with themselves to the UK. Now, again, all of these are sort of the policies that the UK government is thinking about, but it hasn't issued any of this in very clear or official statements as of yet. Now, the second visa category that definitely has updates is the work visa category that applies to many of us across the globe, including me. Now, that being said, both Liz Truss and Swella Braverman agree that the UK definitely needs highly skilled workers to come into the UK to boost the sort of economic growth for UK in the next few years. As you can see in the screen shared with you, that the UK sort of is aiming to relax its immigration policies according to Liz Truss, but Suella Braverman is considering the view that she wants to limit the number of people who are coming into the country and wants to excise the power that they have, that is that UK has, in order to get people who are more highly skilled or trained into coming into the UK. Now, that being said, let me just remind you and reassure you that most of the occupations on the healthcare stream are on the shortage occupation list. And if you would like to know more about it, do not forget to check the link below, but follow me on Instagram because I will be releasing key updates about this very soon. So definitely, if you are in a healthcare stream or if you are in the medical stream, do consider that you are already on the shortage occupation list and UK definitely needs you, and it has identified this need already. Now, coming down to the third most important visa category that I think is going to affect many of y'all, because obviously a lot of people thought about the PSW as a way to come into the UK and work and grow in the UK. So the next question is the PSW going to be closed for individuals who are considering to come into the UK? So let me just assure you, if you are a student and if you've come into the UK already, the PSW sort of stands and applies for you at the minute. In case you are looking to be coming into the next year, that is in 2023, none of the sort of UK government officials or the UK government official website has released any information about the PSW being closed or being cancelled. So as of right now, the PSW stands, and if you complete a degree in the UK, you will be granted the PSW. Now, that being said, this is all sort of going to evolve and grow in the next few months. So I would highly recommend that you definitely don't forget to check out the official Government of UK website, and I'm going to leave the link for this in the description box below, but also sign yourself up to the updates that the Government of UK releases every week or every fortnight, just so that you stay on top of this information that is going to be released really soon. Now, coming down to the next most important thing is about the dependent visas being issued for workers or for students. So as of right now, UK hasn't spoken anything about the dependent visas being issued to workers because obviously it recognizes that it needs highly skilled and highly trained professionals to come into the UK and help the UK grow. But in terms of the student dependent visas themselves, UK government hasn't made any announcements about reducing these numbers or thinking about how they are going to reduce these numbers. There is no official announcement about this. They've just spoken about plans to reduce these. And hopefully, these plans may come into fruition in the next few months. That being said, as of right now, like I've explained before, there hasn't been any sort of updates from the UK government regarding these, and none of the plans of how they will control the sort of dependent visas or the dependent holders coming into the UK has been released. So if you are someone who is looking to come into the UK, I would say that this is the time, seize the opportunity and try and come into the UK, especially if you are in the process of getting a UK visa. Do not delay this for later because we are unsure about when the UK government is going to change their plans or update their plans. And the last sort of question that many of y'all have asked me is this the right time to come to the UK? Now, I have made several videos regarding the UK's recession, what is the recession and its influence on people living into the UK, what is the cost of living crisis, and I would definitely recommend that you check out these videos because it's really hard for me to answer this question for any of y'all because obviously each of y'all has different sort of limitations but also different sort of strengths at this moment. And I would say that I would want to empower you to make this decision by yourself. So do not forget to check out the playlist regarding UK visas on my channel so that you can make an informed decision about this for yourself. That being said, this is the end of this video. I know that I have laid out some good and some bad news, and I highly recommend that you take all of this in, but also think about what's best for you. And if you like this video, do not forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Take care. Bye.